Before he became a scholar whose name echoed through the circles of the righteous, Fudayl ibn ʿIyāḍ was a man of the roads, fast on his feet, sharp with his voice, and feared by merchants who traveled the long trade routes between Abward and Sarax. In those early days, he walked not with saints, but with highway robbers and night wanderers. He was known for boldness and a certain reckless charm, a man who lived in the moment and chased whatever desire his youth demanded. Travelers prayed not to cross his path. City folk whispered his name as a warning. That was the first life of Fudayl, untamed, unbound, and unrepentant. But stories of transformation rarely begin with perfection. They begin with contradiction. For beneath the swagger and the shouts, Fudayl carried a heart that would not die. A heart not content with theft and noise. That heart stirred on a night the historians never forgot. Fudayl climbed a wall, driven by desire, intending to meet a woman. The night was quiet. His foot pressed against the stone. And then a voice pierced it all, a man reciting Qur'an, and in the dark. Has not the time come for the hearts of those who believe to be humbled to the remembrance of Allah? Qur'an 57:16. The verse stopped him. The sinner froze like a statue on the wall. The wind carried the sound into his chest, and the wall beneath him felt less like a hiding place and more like a judgment seat. His breath escaped in a whisper only he could hear. Yes, O Lord, the time has come. In that moment, Fudayl climbed down not as a thief, but as a man wounded by truth. He disappeared into the night, not toward sin, but toward repentance. The next time people saw him, he was not lurking behind rocks or waiting along roads. He was fleeing from his old companions, seeking scholars instead of shadows. He traveled to Kūfa first, the city of knowledge and debate, where he immersed himself in the words of the learned and the tears of the ascetics. Those who once trembled at his ambushes now trembled at his sincerity. He wept easily, prayed deeply, and spoke carefully. From Kūfa, he journeyed to the holiest city in the world, to Makkah, where his second life would bloom. There he became a scholar of Hadith, accepted among transmitters of the Prophet's sayings, respected even by those who had never seen his first life. In Makkah, his nights became legends. Passers-by heard him in the silence before dawn, reciting Qur'an and weeping as if the verses were addressed to him alone, and perhaps they were. They said that when he recited the verse about people hiding their sins, he would break down weeping until his beard was soaked. Ibn al-Mubārak, the great scholar, would travel to hear him, not for strange stories of his past, but for the purity of his present. Scholars of Hadith took narrations from him, and early Sufi masters quoted him as one of the first lights on the path of inner sincerity. His sayings became